Well, it's a great pleasure to welcome all the way from St. Petersburg. A great pleasure it is to welcome Marina Ionova, who is the Global Cloud and Managed IT Services Provider at ITGLOBAL.com. It's really wonderful to see you. I don't think we've spoken to somebody from St. Petersburg. Marina, welcome to the MyBroadband conference. It's a great pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Aki. Nice to meet you too, and I'm so happy for this opportunity to take a part.
Fantastic to have you at the MyBroadband conference. Tell us a little bit about ITGlobal.com. What is it that you guys do, and tell us about the company.
Well, ITGlobal.com started its business 12 years ago, the first cloud service provider and VMware service provider in Russia. And now we are a group of companies with several points of presence within best data centers in each location, in Netherlands, USA, Russia, of course, because we have Russian origin, and two members of USSR, former members, Belarus and Kazakhstan, and also Malaysia is coming soon, Kuala Lumpur. It launches in 2 months. And there are more locations in our roadmap. So now we are a company which specializes on cloud services, on managed IT services. We also have some system integration, and we are building IT infrastructure for the different businesses, from very small to enterprise businesses. And we help our customers to get more efficient business without all this IT routine, just to get as much effort, as much profit as they can, giving all this boring to day-to-day procedures to some professionals.
Oh, it's very interesting. I mean, and well done. I mean, that's quite a bit of growth in the last 12 years. Congratulations. And several locations that you are listed in that you mentioned now. And you just look at the explosion of, data services and clouds infrastructure and the cloud services infrastructure market. I mean, you look at the Statista predictions, and they're saying that by 2022, this is going to be a $362 billion industry. And we've certainly seen this happening since the pandemic started. Are you seeing these forecasts happening in front of us? Is the growth going to explode like they're talking about now by the 2022? And I guess for the next decade, you're going to see this kind of growth in this business.
Yeah. The year 2020 definitely was a surprise with all this pandemic situation, and it definitely influenced all the spheres of our life. It is for sure. And in many regions around the world, it has definitely changed the way people work even. The huge number of companies had to hastily organize remote workplaces for their employees. And this also caused a huge demand of co-working and flexible working spaces. So definitely all this required flexible and rapidly scalable resources, infrastructures. And of course, even those companies that had previously avoided the cloud services for some reasons turned to cloud providers, because where you can find such a huge amount of resources rapidly, because as we all know, to get your own hardware means not only investment, but it takes a lot of time. Not just for buying it, not just for shipping it, but even for maintaining and all these things with placing it to work. So yes, the cloud was definitely the way. And in addition, despite of all these pandemic limitations, the development of the technology, it continued. And the general digitalization continued, and such new drivers as 5G and IoT solutions, they are now firmly embedded in our life, it's for sure. And some experts even predict that to process the information from the millions of new devices of these IoT devices, each 5G tower will need its own micro data center. So we just can imagine what a growth of demand for computing resources these new conditions will provoke. So yes, this is new reality that continues in 2021, and it seems that many businesses will never return to an old approach.
Yeah. No, it's interesting when you look at infrastructure as a service and you look at this explosion that's happening. You're getting a lot of companies who are now trying to say, well, we can do and we can start getting into this industry and, start cloud
Sure.
services, etc. And these kind of providers are on the rise, but the reality is it's not an easy business. There's a massive amount of investment that needs to go in, and you really have to build up your services in time, and it's not cheap to get into this business. How difficult is it to launch your own cloud business in 2021?
Well, not easy indeed. If some company is going to start providing cloud services to its customers, the first obvious option, which is considered, is to resell hyperscaler services such as Amazon, Azure, Google, Alibaba, and so on. And probably some of our today's attendees already have such kind of experience in this direction. And of course, these titans of ES industry are well known in the market, and we all know them, even if we haven't ever tried a cloud. Yes, but the risks with them are low. Yes, that's good. But on the other hand, these famous brands, they do not belong to the company who resells it. And the commission that the partner receives ranges around maybe 5 or 10% max. It is definitely really good business for these hyperscalers to get a wide partner network. But is it so profitable for reseller? It's not so obvious, because you should always invest into the developing sales and technical expertise within the affiliate program. It is not very expensive, but it is a time and labor-consuming procedures. So usually people think what to do next. Maybe it is a good idea to create some kind of your own cloud infrastructure and build some kind of in-house cloud data center, become a provider, take all margin for themselves. Yes, well, it is the way, definitely, but in our experience, whether there will be VMware or vStack, OpenStack solution. I say vStack because we have such a technology inside. OpenStack solutions, of course. In addition to CapEx, approximately about from $2 to $500,000, you will have. You for each site, for each location, you will definitely have some OpEx for VMware licenses, or maybe for the team who is maintaining all this infrastructure, and so on and so on. It depends on the company size, on the data center. Yes, renting and all the things. Even if you haven't sold anything yet, you have to pay. So ROI is quite unpredictable and depends on many factors. We know that.
Well, you've just touched on it now. I mean, Marina, it's really an expensive business, and it's not even profitable to sell hyperscalers, for example. When you look at your organization, ITGLOBAL.com, how is your offer better?
Honestly, there are some compromises, and I suppose that people who tried these opportunities already have some kind of knowledge about that. The opportunity is to find some kind of a profitable and convenient partner program, and some providers do that. And ITGlobal.com has such a solution, our own white label program, and we having several locations, high-end hardware placed in base data centers, and vast experience in virtualization. We can guarantee a high level of service for our partners and their customers. So let's take a look. It is a platform, our own homemade, home-developed cloud platform. Uh, Even I can even say that it is a ready-made ES business, which gives an opportunity to resell our resources under company's own brand through his own website with a 30% profitability, sorry, and less than 1 month's time to market. And in our infrastructure, it is called Serverspace. It works under this brand. I hope that everyone can visit www.serverspace.io and check and get this customer experience, how it looks like for the customer. This product is available through the white label program. As I mentioned before, the platform is made to work as automated click and buy solution, which means that all the components and sections are intuitive for the user, and is even customers without any technical background can understand what is going on. And depending on who the company's typical clients are, if they are B2C customers or maybe enterprise businesses, this platform can be can work independently or can be instrument for the sales team. It is placed on the partner's website, colored and tailored in his own colors and logos. And that is, you can start to provide cloud services to your customers in 2 weeks, maybe, if everything is prepared
Okay.
properly.
So Marina, I mean, you guys offer a really comprehensive solution. Why should the end user be interested in choosing you specifically? And when you look at the well-known products that are out there and the guarantees that they come with, even with a small profit, why should people go with you?
Well, if we talk about the partners, um, it is a good opportunity for a partner to start immediately as an ISP provider, to start provide additional services to their customers, and these are services which are extremely relevant because these are virtual servers and networks, storage, managed services, DNS, SSL certificates, and all the things which really IT infrastructure consists of. So for the customer, it is easy, amazingly easy, flexible panel to manage their infrastructures, whether they are new or maybe an addition to their existing infrastructure. We really put a lot of effort to the ultra fast deploy, and managing the resources through the panel is easy and intuitive, and the billing is taken every 10 minutes, which is very convenient for those who want to control their expenses. So the customers really, really like it. We get a lot of positive feedback from our customers as well, and from our partners, of course. And we have some kind of technical know-how because we have our in addition to VMware, we have our own homemade virtualization platform. We call it VStack. VStack is hyper-converged platform to build fully managed enterprise virtual data center, and it is our own proprietary code powered by open source technologies, but it provides amazing performance. We have definitely lower prices, much lower than these giant hyperscalers, and on some tasks, on the similar tasks, the Geekbench shows that the performance is higher. So it is affordable, and it is fast. It is scalable and convenient. It is definitely good for the customer, and what is good for the customer is good for the company who drives the business.
Well, listen, if I'm listening to you right now and I'm listening to you talking about itglobal.com, you've made me interested in going to have a look at what you're offering, because you talk about performance, you talk about the cost that is less, the ease of use. You offer the speeds. You offer the highest technology that's out there. So you really have looked at all of those aspects and made it very attractive for people to look at you as an alternative, a cloud solution, and a possibility of looking into your infrastructure. So really interesting organization. Where do you see your plans for the future? Where is ITGlobal.com going into the future? You mentioned about your expansion into places like Malaysia, etc. Are you on that aggressive expansion program over the next decade?
Yes, that's right. We are really looking forward for new locations, and as I mentioned, Malaysia is launching soon, and more locations are being launching over time, and there are LATAM and some Asian sites on our roadmap, and we still have no own data center in Africa. So we are looking forward to having skilled and reliable partners in your region. Of course, Africa is large, and we see the great opportunity in your market, and the perspectives are really good. So we will definitely need the support of reliable, experienced colleagues. And as for the panel itself, in the roadmap, we have Terraform provider, Kubernetes as a service, one-click databases, cryptocurrency acceptance, payments in cryptocurrency, and so on. So there are a lot of things to do, and we are really interested in your region. So now we have several white label projects in the stage of development worldwide, and we are really happy to invite you to join our partnership network and take your part in the ES market with our support, with the support of ITGlobal.com expertise.
Marina, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. If people want more information, they should just head off to itglobal.com. The information is all there. Marina Ionova from itglobal.com, thank you so much for joining us at the MyBroadband conference all the way from St. Petersburg. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Thank you for sharing the insights into your organization and where you guys are going, and we look forward to your data centers on African soil in the near future. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Eke, for this opportunity. It was huge.